when I walked in the door for the first time to meet the team, my intention of finding good people was fulfilled. So when I walked in that day, our payroll was 88 employees. The main bulk of what we do from a revenue standpoint is general contracting. We self-perform drywall and electrical. So drywall and electrical are a lot of our employees because they're folks out in the field. Mm-hmm. And so you ask, like, how do you do that from a mindset standpoint? And it's all about good people. Yep. Like, we have incredible folks doing a really, really good job every day, including Scott Bjork, who started the company. He's still there as 20% owner. His brother, Dan Bjork, who's been there since day one, is still there. Randy Dykstra, who started the drywall division day one, is still there. We've got a lot of folks there that have been there 20, 30 years. So if there's one thing kind of mindset-wise, it's continue to surround yourself with good people. And then like what you said for 2025, keep leveling up. Yeah. So I'm really big on staying in touch with the folks that you've maybe helped. It could be the one of the folks that worked in our kitchen. Yeah. I'm not just talking about always level up and financial. It's just make sure that the folks around you are the highest class people, whether they're, no matter what their financial status is.
Yeah, just character-wise.
Yeah. And then a lot of things just work out is what I've found. And there have been a bunch of things that have helped me do that over the years. Cycling was a really big one. I was in a not good place in my life. After high school, I originally went down to U of A and then dropped out.
And you ended up being a Sun Devil.
Yeah, and I'd grown up an ASU kid. The only reason I went down to U of A was to get away from, home for a bit.
Yeah.
And was getting into a lot of trouble. Tucson's a really good place to party pretty hard.
Yeah.
But then cycling helped me start meeting people that are really committed to high level life.
It's tough.
Yeah, it's hard. You have to be really committed time-wise.
There's no nutrition back once you're out halfway.
Yeah, I've got an English buddy. He says, you don't find any assholes in cycling. It's too hard. That's a bad English accent, but it sounds Australian or something. But
yeah, but you get out there 10, 15 miles. The only way to get back is to go another 10, 15 miles.
Yeah, and there's a lot of camaraderie in that because everyone's out there suffering.
Yeah.
Some people are just going a little faster, but it still hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You still do it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, not as much as I used to by any means. Cycling takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
Kind of like golf.
Yeah. All these hobbies are expensive and time consuming.
Yeah, cycling's gotten crazy expensive. I guess golf has too. I don't golf really.
Well,
I played my first round at the NAOP event.
Brian and I just been talking. We need to.
Yeah.
Because it's a great way to network, meet people.
Yeah, I still think getting the time to plant that seed and over 18 holes, water it and you just build that relationship. Like you said,
yeah.
If there's an opportunity to get to know somebody, you're not always going for the sale. You're not always saying, here's my bid, here's my estimate. You're building that relationship first. And then that happens and naturally, organically, business just kind of happens. That's the way that you kind of felt when you walked in, to the company that you acquired.
Right.
It already had felt pretty natural. Right?
Yeah.
This is good people, this is good characters, good business, something I want to, surround myself with. And I see, them helping me grow. And by the way, I think I can teach them a couple things along the way too. So
yeah, Brian, and you asked earlier, like, what's the one thing? And I think I started on good people. Mm-hmm. I would say another thing that as I get older, that I'm leaning heavier and heavier on is my faith.
Yes.
And, people you can come up with all kinds of words like universe or spirituality or whatever. Mm-hmm. Like for me, it's God.
Yep. too.
And so I've been a lot more intentional the older I get, and especially in the last couple of years, with what I call a daily communion with God, and spending time in that space,
Connecting.
Yeah, and hopefully those around me would say that effort has helped me show up better for them, because I think that's where it all is. So I mentioned good people. It's like, okay, you surround yourself with all these really great people. You show up for them the best that you can, and then a lot of things work out. So, and my faith seems to help that go better.
Business entrepreneurs, a lot of what we consume every day is just problem solving and how to, tackle the next fire and how to get through it and how to keep the team motivated. But in reality, like you said, God and what we are, our small piece of what is happening in this universe, in this world, in this galaxy is just a small piece. And so if I was to say one thing that's really been a game changer for me, it's not to get stuck on the small things, but realize that you're just part of a bigger thing.
Right.
And how can you constantly provide more value?
Right.
And the law of reciprocity is the strongest law. And the more that you give, the more shall you receive.
Yeah.
And don't expect anything in return.
Amen, brother.
And
Keep
so,
preaching.
and so that's why when you say, hey, golf may not be this thing or cycling is not this thing, but you're giving it your all.
Yeah.
And you're getting things back, and that seed's being watered. And then you're choosing who you want to surround yourself with in that forest.
Yeah.
And that's your day.
Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this video, want to catch the entire episode of this Rent Stew podcast, click right here. If you're loving the Rent Stew podcast and you want to see more episodes, click right here. And as always, stay hungry, my friends.